2 days ago, Ugandans were woken up with a shock, with headlines on almost media houses that Kenya has banned Uganda and Tanzania maize not to enter its country. Madam Speaker, once again, the East African community is under attack by Kenya targeting Ugandan maize export, which we see as a trade war that is most likely to cause a very big political disagreement in the region. After last weekend's 21st meeting of Heads of State Summit, whereby President Uhuru Kenyatta was elected as the new chairperson for East African Community, we thought the situation would be better and some of the problems, especially trade barriers, will be solved. Little did we know that Kenya is yet to hit a blow to almost 4 million Ugandans who are maize growers and traders. As I talk now, Madam Speaker, this has happened when the East African countries are undergoing a constitutional development for the East African Political Federation. Madam Speaker, some of us who are analysts of integration of East Africa see this as a big joke that is trying to hinder the cooperation and the growth of the integration. Madam Speaker, we keep asking ourselves why whenever new chairpersons of integration come, Uganda, we are paid badly. When President of Rwanda, His Excellency Kadaga was given to be a president for East African Cooperation, what he paid Uganda was to close the border, and up to now Uganda is facing financial challenges because of that. And as I talk now, when His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta was given to head the East African Cooperation, not far from now, Kenya has paid us by blocking and banning the entering of maize in Kenya. Madam Speaker, I've called this a shame, and we should separate politics from development. And at the same time, Madam Speaker, all this happens. Moreover, Uganda, we are sugarcoating our partner states, and we have allowed them to make Uganda to be the supermarket of their goods. Moreover, as I talk now, most of them are not really qualified to enter into the markets of our region. Madam Speaker, the common market is not functioning as per se as per the signed protocols, because Kenya keeps shifting goals. As Kenya keeps shifting goals, we are watching. Madam Speaker, it is my prayer.
What are your prayers?
Madam Speaker, it is my prayer. Information.
Madam Speaker, this time I'm representing people of Kasambia County, but even I have interest in Igara West. Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, the information I wish to give to my colleague. For us in Mubende, we are in great pain because we rely on produce. And those who have been keen, if you've seen vehicles that were stopped from entering Kenya, most of the vehicles were coming from Mubende. So, Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I don't think this marriage of East African integration is a good marriage. It is the worst marriage we are seeing, because previously, you remember some few months back when they banned our milk from accessing Kenyan market, and it was even tagged cheap milk from Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, the reasons why we are in great pain, if you go to all the supermarkets, you get a lot of commodities, including even fruits, when we have nice fruits from Soroti, but they come from Kenya and access our market. So, Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, why shouldn't we run away from this marriage of East African integration since we are not benefiting? I thank you.
As we speak now in the Swamp border, we have over 100 trucks of maize stuck at the border. And Madam Speaker, I want this House to note that the maize seed that is planted in Sabay sub-region is hybrid maize, and the only supplies we get from Kenya, that is Kenya Seed Company. The fertilizers we use come from Kenya. The acaricides we use are from Kenya. Now that they've blocked our maize, I'm wondering how we shall still continue having their seed used in our soils or in our land. Actually, Madam Speaker, from today, I think I'll not be singing the East African anthem unless the thing is sorted out. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
It is now double jeopardy. We no longer have a market for the sugarcane. We now don't have a market for maize. So how will the people from Busoga sub-region survive? This is not about quality control, Right Honourable Speaker. It is about protectionism. And if we don't make the necessary noise, Right Honourable Speaker, I don't see Uganda benefiting from the East African community. I think both the Minister of Trade and the Minister of East African Affairs should come and make a statement about this very important matter. It is not about maize, actually. It is all about dairy products and even other agricultural products. Looks like Kenya is more interested in protecting the interests of their farmers. As government, we've been telling our people that they can grow products because we have a wider East African market. But now, there is no market. The biggest, presumably the biggest market is now being closed. So, Right Honourable Speaker, this is not a very, very small issue. We would like government to come in and explain to the nation what is going on.
Maize have started germinating because we don't have a warehouse. And the maize, honorable colleagues, the trucks which had already reached Nairobi, they were forced back to Busia. And these farmers, they have loans. They pick these loans, and these traders pick loans from banks. Children are going back to school. Universities have started exams. So the situation is very alarming. Thank you.
And the government of Uganda must take this very seriously. Madam Speaker, we are told of aflatoxins. Maybe we could also have an opportunity for our scientists here to really tell us what levels of aflatoxins are in the Kenyan maize. Because what we have had as of yesterday, the Kenyan maize that is being consumed in the market in Kenya now has more aflatoxins than ours. I am told it is at 33. We are between 7 and 9. So I think there is just some problem that we don't know that we need to open our eyes and verify. Remember, Madam Speaker, just last week, the other week, we were discussing about poultry products. But now here, these ones are now trying to cement the situation that because our poultry products are also fed on this maize brand, so it means our negotiations to open even for the poultry products and other products is also questionable. So, Madam Speaker, whereas this may have hit us hard, and it could also be a quality issue that we also need maybe to address for the future, it is high time government takes this issue very seriously, our relationship. If you look at, Madam Speaker, the figures of our trade balance, I want to tell you Kenya is at over $400 million. But ours, the other time, started to move up. It reached to about 130, but it has dropped back to negative. It is the same thing we continue to have. So where could the problem be? We need to harmonize on this. We are referred to as smugglers, and the border are smuggling areas. Madam Speaker, maybe we also need protection from our government and security. I know that word smuggling now is going to come up. The borders are going to be opened, the porous ones, because Kenyans are going to cross here looking for food. Save us.
That yesterday, but one, they banned maize from Uganda and Tanzania. I want to thank the people of Tanzania who closed the border yesterday and by 2, Kenya had accepted Tanzania maize to enter Kenya. I therefore want to pray, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, my prayer, Uganda government should, with immediate effect, ban the imports of Kenya agriculture products like Irish potato from Kericho, carrots, ahero, rice, and mangoes because they use more toxic fertilizers than Uganda. Prayer number 2, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, who has an inspection office at Busia one-stop border point, and the Ministry of Trade through UNBS that has an office at one-stop border point, and they work in conjunction with Kenyan government, should tell the common East African people why they are disqualifying and bringing trade wars within the region. Moreover, they have those offices. Last prayer, Madam Speaker, Uganda government should buy maize from the traders that is grounded on the borders, because almost all borders, Malaba, Mtukula, and Ruhakana, and even in the fields of Mubende, Usoga. As I talk now, today's paper wrote 150 trucks stranded. But Madam Speaker, there is a team of RDC and traders from all the country. We have 554 trucks stranded in Busia town, and other almost 100 trucks are being driven from Kenya coming back to Uganda. Kenya must stop fooling other partners in the region and must stop trade wars in this guise of having toxic products in the region. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
First it was the milk, then it was the eggs, then it was the poultry, then it was the sugar cane, now it is the maize. What is remaining in the Ugandan market? Now, we were told that the Minister of Agriculture has an inspector at the border. How can 150 trucks be rejected after they have gone through our inspection, which are the joint border post? But again, I want to ask, when will Uganda reciprocate? Why are we being beaten? We turn the other cheek. They beat us, we turn the other cheek. Where are people going to get money? When will Uganda reciprocate?
But Madam Speaker, reciprocation is very key. The citizens of Kenya, or Kenya as a country, has over 2,000 or 10,000 companies operating in Uganda. Now, when you go to Kenya, you will hardly find 100 companies of Ugandans operating from there. So for us, I think we have taken ourselves very lightly, whereas others are benefiting from us. Unilever, I don't want to mention companies. If I'm given a room, Madam Speaker, I will mention them. But still, government, when we, let me talk as a primary school teacher, Madam Speaker, because that's my major profession. We were teaching about East African community in primary, and among the key areas we teach is cooperation in trade. And you will never get a clever child in a class who cannot answer that question in a PLE paper, even if it is brought tomorrow. But however, as Madam Speaker, if we are treated in the same manner, that is unbecoming. But government must also come in. Otherwise, if we keep a deaf ear, they are making money from here. They have their companies running here. That's why up to now, they are taking Maize brand from Uganda to Kenya, and then they end up failing to buy our eggs because our country has become weak and has left these people to carry out business at the cost of Ugandans. You can imagine the money spent on all those trucks that carry the maize. If they are stopped, that means they have to come back to Uganda. Then, under NADS, fellow members of parliament, we have been carrying maize from Kampala to our constituencies. I hope I'm telling the truth. Now here we are getting the fruits of maize to be exported, and we are being accused of having poor quality. I think let me stop there, Madam Speaker,
no,
but I'm in for reciprocation.
I don't know. The matter that has been raised on the floor is a matter for all Ugandans. And therefore, as you saw me right, Honorable Speaker, I was trying to trace the Minister of Trade.
to come here and make an explanation, trade and agriculture. And I would like to pledge that we receive a response tomorrow regarding this matter, which touches the economy of our people, and especially the poor people of Uganda. I want to thank all the colleagues who have raised more information, and I pledge, Madam, that we receive information from government through the relevant ministers.
So, honourable members, this matter is extremely urgent. It concerns the economic rights of our people. Order to who?
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I wouldn't have liked to raise a point of order to my senior, but one is she in order to have tried to run away from the question, Right Honourable Speaker, you put forward. Right Honourable Speaker, you asked her what the government was thinking, and you said as a senior minister. And as a senior minister and the government chief whip, I think from what the members' information and the Honourable who raised the issue, the senior minister, I anticipated him to tell us something about the government having of recent signed free trade movement of goods and persons. We at the Pan-African Parliament, we did our part. At the AU, they did their part, where I think our counterpart, the Kenyans, highly participated, and I'm sure government is aware. My senior minister is aware that the president of this country, Republic, signed or appended to that. Is she in order not to answer the question as you put it, and to feign ignorance of what is happening within government? Is she in order?
Now, I think it's difficult for me to know what is inside the government. Are you talking about the COFTA, the free trade area for Africa? The free trade area for Africa, is that what you're talking about? The one which was signed for the whole continent, here in Rwanda. Is that the one?
Honourable Right Speaker, you are right. That is what was assigned to and appended to. And East Africa, where Uganda is part of the AU Charter and very active, we did. So I anticipated the Honourable Minister to have knowledge from the government of what is taking place within the free trade movement of goods and persons.
Honourable Minister, are you aware about the Continental Free Trade Area, where we are members and which has come into force because it's got the necessary signatures in the continent?
Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, all that has happened, and some of our sister countries have continued to behave the way they are behaving. That means we have to have sideline meetings to remind those people of the commitments that we have made. Papers alone have not solved the problems. We are still suffering, despite the fact that we have appended our signatures on so many conventions. We still continue suffering. So we need to sit and remind those who are not respecting the conventions that we signed to please do respect them. And the ministers I mentioned are the ones who are in charge, who are the ones who have been meeting their counterparts, colleagues across, and I thought it was proper for me to give it to the relevant ministers to come here and tell us the details. That doesn't mean that I'm ignorant about the conventions we've been signing.
Wouldn't it be better if this parliament demanded a statement from the Right Honorable Prime Minister? Because it's not the first time we had the issue of milk, we had the eggs. The minister came here, they would always come here and give some half information. It is issue of sugar cane, now it has reached maize. I think we need a statement from the top leader and none other than the leader of government business to come here and tell Ugandans what crime they have committed to deserve such treatment from our neighbors. Because Honorable Minister of Trade will come here and tell you, see, Honorable Minister for East African Affairs, if this can go away in helping Ugandans understand where the problem is, I would really demand that this House demands that the Right Honorable Prime Minister or the Right Honorable Ruhakana Rugunda does appear tomorrow. Or if not even, he would have been given hours to appear here. It's not the first time, unless if he's not in the country. But I would demand that the Right Honorable Rugunda comes to appear. Yes, Honorable.
Right Honorable Speaker, we seem to be having a motion on the floor by the Honorable March, and has suggested a way forward, that as this matter is being handled and as we await for explanation, we take 3 steps. I think there were 4, and I think that's what we should be debating now. Do we take the proposals given by the Honorable Macho? If he can, Right Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Macho can remind us, it would be better we take those steps as it sends a clear message and signal to the government and the people of Kenya that we are partners who are not ready to be bullied. Because trade is mutual benefit. They are not doing us a favor. Right Honorable Speaker, even when we talk about professional services, whereas we sign the necessary protocols, it is very difficult to go and practice in Kenya, and yet they are here. Many of them, they are coming here and they are getting lucrative contracts. There is a lot of unfairness in our trade relationship with the government and the people of Kenya. It is high time we send a clear signal that what is going on is mutual benefit. It is not for heaven's sake a favor for our people to trade with Kenya. So Right Honourable Speaker, I was suggesting, since we have proposals, why don't we try to adopt those proposals?
It's not the first time. It was started with milk, it went to the eggs, with sugar cane, today is maize, tomorrow it may be Uganda Airlines that may be banned from flying to Nairobi. So Right Honourable Speaker, that would show the level of seriousness, because we want to hear it from the Prime Minister himself. Other ministers have tried to come and explain here, but their explanations have not yielded anything. We also need to take a drastic action. The proposals moved by Honorable Macho here, I would agree with them, but after us having given the Prime Minister the time to explain, to tell this country where the problem is. Because all the other ministers have tried to come here and nothing has happened. And we should be seen to be taken seriously. I remember at one time when South Africa had a problem with Nigeria. I was in the Pan-African Parliament. The way Nigeria responded, Nigeria said if for every South African, if he does not have HIV test results certificate, will not land in Nigeria. When the British banned their airline from landing in Heathrow, the Nigerians reciprocated. Seriously, I say we shall not see British Airways land here unless you have the AIDS, everybody has tested for AIDS. Without that, you will not land here. The following day, things will be sorted out. So, Right Honourable Speaker, you remember President Trump with the Chinese, how he handled, and people handled. We may be forced to adopt that, but I want the leader of government business to appear here. If it's the country, it should appear here before we end today. Then tomorrow or after his presentation, then we shall see whether we should be able to adopt the retaliatory measures proposed by Honorable Macho here, Right Honorable Speaker.
According to Honorable Elijah Cooper, and you yourself, Right Honorable, you suggested that it has to be the leader of government business to answer, and he's not around. And General Moses Ali is up country.
Whether from the General Moses Ali, Deputy Prime Minister, or the Minister of Agriculture or Minister of Trade, someone must come here and tell us what we are going to do, because I think the government has let us down by allowing our neighbors to administrate us. It's too much. It's too much. It's not fair.
Most obliged.
A very big problem on the borders. A very big problem that cannot wait up to tomorrow. Uganda is one of the countries with the biggest cabinet in the world. We have the highest number of prime ministers. Madam Speaker, the office of the Prime Minister cannot remain without a person in the name of the Prime Minister. The senior minister who is here should tell the people, because as I talk now, 5 million traders and farmers of maize are watching. These people got money from banks. These people have hired trucks, and these trucks are being charged every day 2 million. And you are saying that we wait up to tomorrow. Is this the love we are showing to our people of Uganda? The people who have given us NRM 80% of the votes? The senior minister, please come and give a statement. I have no answers to give to my people of Busia who are traders there, because this is the only livelihood. Thank you.
Honourable members, in the absence of the cabinet minister in charge of agriculture, the trade prime minister, let us give them until tomorrow. Whether they're here or not tomorrow, we shall take our resolution on what to do about this issue. With or without the government, we shall take our resolution. Okay, let's handle that tomorrow. Will the clerk please identify the areas which Honourable Macho mentioned for reciprocation?